All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Perkakwadash. Also want to give double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who's teaching this truth and sincerity, also who rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect that scattered four corners of the earth, which are you so-called Negroes, Latino Hispanics, and Native American Indians, the true Israelites, and the elect nation of Israel, the only nation that the Lord is dealing with, and no other nation. Okay? So I don't know what I'm going to actually title this video yet, but a little sick. But this is basically just through the spirit, because I saw another individual, he was up for he was just doing a discussion about the scriptures. I'm looking at it, his character, it was things that he was saying, that was correct, he was, he said this, the name of the son was, Yahweh Shai, to that nature. So I'm like, okay, let me just see what this individual was preaching, But I didn't get on it. I didn't try to go live with him or anything, but I was on the comment board. But as I was, talking to this individual, he was going off, and I wasn't asking what camp he was from, but because, like I said, he said Yahweh Shai, so at first I thought he was, getting the edifications from, the elders and apostles on down from GMS. But nevertheless, that's not the case unless he just has a disobedient spirit, So, the first one that I want to grab is Proverbs 30:4. Because I knew he was going off once he got the father's name wrong. So I knew that he didn't have 100% truth. And, as the conversation went on, I knew that he also was leaning towards his own understanding. And the scriptures say, lean not towards your own understanding, man. Brothers try to be deep, but nevertheless, this is Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 4. And it says, who hath ascended up into heaven, or descended? Who hath gathered the wind in his fist? Who hath bound the waters in a garment? Who hath established all the ends of the earth? What is his name? And what is his son's name, if thou can tellest me, if thou canst tell? And then, like I say, you look at the order of GMS, and from, like I said, our elders and apostles on down, like I said, we will give you credit when you're correct, but then we're going to have to correct you when you're wrong. We're going to rebuke you. So, like I said, you had the son's name right, but not the father. And the names do matter. All right? And then, like I said, the more I was getting into it, then he was just talking about, lineages, the tribes. So I was like, okay, all right, now you're getting back on page. But then he was saying nonsense, saying that, you got to go by the lineage of your mother. So immediately on the comment board, let's go grab it. I said, you're wrong. It's the father. The father carries the seed. And then if you actually look at some of the, if you look at the Bible, the Lord really wasn't real. The Lord isn't dealing with women, man. He's dealing with men. All right. So this is the book of Numbers, chapter 1, and I'll start at 17. And it says, and Moses and Aaron took these men which expressed by their names. Okay. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, okay? According to the numbers of the name from 20 years old and upward by their polls, But you see the genealogy and the pedigrees come from the father. This the seed, man. I always like to use this against in the real world, you know, because we got to simplify it for Jake, man. Because Jake don't really get it. I always like make this joke, like, stop, like, I be telling Eve that you're not the creator of lives, man. And women be like, we give birth. Yeah, but you can't give birth without without sperm. So you just automatically you're just giving life to nothing. You can't, it takes two to tango. All right. You guys are just, I always say this, listen, you guys are just the easy bake ovens. We put the ingredients in you. All right. You guys are just the oven. We're the man that holds the recipe. All right. So, and then, like I said, that just, when people get offended, but the truth hurts, And then, like I said, now to a point with this individual, now it was kind of in a debate. I wouldn't want to call it a debate because we weren't debating scriptures because this certain individual wasn't bringing out any scripture. So I'm like, oh, there's another one. I'm bringing out scriptures to back myself up, but he was leaning towards his own understanding. All right. And then, like I said, you got to understand the history. Because, the scriptures say, basically don't debate the scriptures, but you wasn't bringing out any scriptures to, as a rebuttal. And then, like I said, let me grab another one. Because you were starting to get foolish, man. And asking really dumb questions. Because, like I said, the scriptures say, don't get into all the, what was bring it? This is, I'm trying to get Titus. Right. Okay. This is the book of Titus 3:9. And it says, but avoid foolish questions and genealogies and contention and striving about the law, for they are unprofitable in vain. Yeah. So like I said, it does tell you to defend the gospel. So I was defending it. You weren't bringing any scriptures out. So like I said, and then you were starting asking foolish questions. So I wanted to wrap up. I wanted to, get away from you because it's for no reason. You had pride on you. And pride, when you look at pride, it's they always say, talk about the 7 deadly sins, but pride is the pinnacle because it feels like you don't need nobody to tell you anything. I was just being humble and wanted to edify. I wasn't trying to be like, oh, no, you're wrong. Because it was beautiful that you knew the name of the sun. That you knew that you were waking up, but you were going off, man. Like I said, it tells you, avoid foolish questions and genealogies. If you just know that you're an Israelite, that's cool. Don't be trying to get too deep, oh, my mom and my dad, that makes me 50% Levite and 50% Ephraim or Joseph, no. You just to be happy that you are an Israelite. But like I said, you got the pedigree wrong. It comes from your father, And then, like I said, I was just doing the will of the Lord because you were. It was certain avenues that you were straying away on. All right. So I'm gonna grab the book of James. Book of James, chapter 1, and 5. Because I told you, man, you need wisdom. But, you want to get all upset. But no, man. You got the avenues all wrong on how you took it, man. You got easily offended. All right? So this is 1 James 1:6. And it says, but let him ask in faith, nothing wavering, for that wavering is like a wave to the sea, driven with the winds with the wind and tossed. Yeah, man, because you weren't, when I was actually watching you, you weren't stable. Because you were all confident, cool, humble. And then when somebody came to correct you, you wanted to scoff, you wanted to be prideful and arrogant. But the point that I was making was in 5. All right? If any man lack wisdom, let him ask Yahweh. And that's his real name, not Yah or Yahshua. Because I was telling you that we spoke the ancient Hebrew, the Paleo, not the Yiddish or the modern day. And it says, ask Yahweh that giveth all men liberty and upbraideth not, it shall be given him. And then I had the NIV version, so I'll roughly paraphrase it. And it says, if any man lack wisdom, ask Yahweh, or but they'll say God, who giveth generously without reproach. I was giving you wisdom generously. So, you know, just because I might look younger than you, I don't know what you like saw, even though I was just on the comment board, but I was just giving you wisdom. I was just giving you wisdom, you know, freely, you know, happily, you know, just so you could grow. But like I said, you wanted to get all upset. You know, that's how Jake is, man. Easily offended. Always want to be too deep, you know. But you're not bringing out any scriptures to back yourself up. And for the example, when I brought out Numbers 1 and 18, Numbers 1, 17 through 18, you know, you discredit it. This is what the Lord's saying. If you don't believe that, then you're discrediting what the Lord said. All right? So, like I said, that just makes you believe that the Lord, that you got some more wisdom over the Lord. No, it don't work like that, because the Lord isn't a liar. You know? He's not the orchestrator of confusion. And what I was also about to say, and like I said, you're basically discrediting the Lord, man. But nevertheless, man, you know, just pray. You might wake up, might not, but this is all the Lord's movie. You know, humbly he keeps me. But Lord willing, I hope this video was edifying. And again, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. And again, double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstones, teaching the truth and sincerity, also who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. I want to close out, say shalom, and on to the next video.